Big story out of the White House today, this payment to Tehran, $400 million in cash, euros and Swiss francs, on an unmarked cargo plane arriving just hours, really, before the release of 4 American hostages. The Wall Street Journal broke this story, and they have new information tonight. And in addition to this, a story that's popping on Wall Street Journal, quote, senior Justice Department officials objected to sending a plane loaded with cash to Tehran at the same time that Iran released 4 imprisoned Americans, but their objections were overruled by the State Department, according to people familiar with the discussions. Let's bring in our panel. Charles Hurt, political columnist for The Washington Times. Fortune Magazine's Nina Easton, A.B. Stoddard, associate editor and columnist at Real Clear Politics, and syndicated columnist Charles Krauthammer. Okay, Charles.
Well, of course the Justice Department objected. It was illegal. It isn't only the optics. It isn't only that they are just looking ridiculous in denying that it was a quid pro quo. Obviously, it wasn't a coincidence. The reason that it was objected to by justice, there is a statute that prohibits us from engaging in Iran dealing with dollars. So they had to print the money here, ship it over to Switzerland, turn it into Swiss francs and euros, and ship it over to Iran. If a private company had done this, this is called money laundering. The CEO would be in jail right now.
Nina, big deal or not?
Yeah, it's a big deal, but just to put it in context, I mean, this was part of a $1.7 billion settlement that was already announced by the administration back when the hostages were released. So this wasn't out of the blue. That said, the timing of it is truly suspicious, because it obviously landed right when the hostages were being released, to the extent that a military commander in Iran told the state media that this is the money that we got in return from releasing those American spies. So if we're worried about ISIS or Iran kidnapping further Americans, are they going to listen to the hair splitting that's going on by the White House, or are they going to be listening to the Iranian state media? I think it's probably the latter.
I was trying to get Brian Fallon to say what Secretary Clinton thought about this, and they started by saying she wasn't Secretary of State at the time.
Which sounds like to me she does not support it, but I'm sure that when forced to take a position, she's probably going to, she'll probably try to split it just the way he did, because obviously this thing looks bad. And 30 years ago, this would have been something that would have launched congressional hearings. We would have had convictions. We would have had indictments. There would have been pardons that probably followed. But I think that today the massive distrust in the federal government and in government institutions and the people at the top of the government is so high today that it's sort of like people are kind of shrugging their shoulders. This will probably go away in a week.
A.B., since that time, since that plane load of cash, Iran has captured 2 more Americans, holding